my name is Shone Sims, and welcome to my very first Sims 4 Let's Play video. I am very excited to be sharing this video with you all today because I put in a lot of effort behind the scenes, so this was long overdue. And when I say effort, I mean not only into the characters, but the lore and the tiniest bit of details that seem like they mean nothing, but they mean everything in the long run. Before we really get into this video, I would like to preface by saying, I did post a video prior to this one. It was a machinima, at least I think that's what it was, because I really don't know how to pronounce the word and I'm very much winging it. Not too much. In that video, you saw a few of the characters that will be in this Let's Play series, and you also got a brief glimpse of some of the drama that will be taking place with one of the characters. It's not a necessity to watch, but a lot of what is happening in the first part of this video will make sense if you did watch it. Okay, maybe not a lot, but just one little detail. So do with that what you will. Now, without further ado, let's get into episode 1 of Becoming Blair. Okay, I lied just a little bit. Before we get into the video, I would like to showcase this lot, mainly because I know there are some people out there that are interested in seeing it. I feel like I will be doing a disservice by skipping over it entirely. I will try to make it as brief as possible because there honestly ain't that much to see. So this cafe I did build myself. It was only ever meant to be a shell of sorts. It mainly exists because I didn't want my sim to live next to an empty lot. I'm not sure if I have any intention of keeping this building up in the future, but for now it works. Okay, so starting off with the building on the right side, it is a yoga studio. It's very simple, not too much going on. There's also an upstairs if I ever want to expand the lot. My intention with this side of the building was to simply put something there, put something that can potentially add to gameplay. I would actually like to maybe make it into a hair salon in the future, just something that'll be nice for Blair to do when she has nothing else to do. I'm not absolutely in love with this side, but it's there and it exists and it serves its purpose. Now for this side of the building, we have the cafe. Once again, it's pretty simple. I had no intention of making this lot super detailed because it is just not an important part of this Let's Play series. But there's outdoor seating on either side, and I'm going to get out of tab because I simply do not like working in tab. But you go in and there's the counter in which you order your coffee. There's a menu that is floating because I could not get it to stick on the counter. A little bit of seating here, a little bit of seating there, some window seating here, which I love adding into all my cafes because something about it is so cutesy to me. I don't really know. Then you go upstairs and there's more private, intimate seating. I imagine this is for a sim that wants to read or just likes peace and quiet, because downstairs can get a little bit rowdy with the building being as small as it is. And restrooms. Yeah, it's not a whole lot of going on like I said. But now that that's done and over with, let's get into the introduction of the characters. For our first and dare I say most important, actually ain't no dare I say, she is the most important. This is her world and we're just living in it. This is Blair Adler. Blair works hard and loves hard. She does not play about anything in relation to her career or her relationship. Her traits are ambitious, soft, practical, outgoing, and my girl is a Pisces. If any of these traits sound unfamiliar to the game, that is because I do use custom traits. If this is something that you're interested in and you don't have it in your game, I will have it linked below for you to access. One of the most important things to Blair is her relationship with her partner Skylar, which leads me to her aspiration, and that is soulmate. She plans to live a rewarding life with the one, and I feel like this is a very important aspect of her personality because Skylar comes before all else. That is not to say that her career as an art consultant at H&H headquarters is not important to her, but she rarely allows anything to interfere with the bond that she has created with Skylar over the years, and we'll get more into that later on in the gameplay. Now for the second prettiest sim in the room, Miguel Mendez. I promise y'all I am not trying to peer pressure you by bringing up the previous video again, but I would like to say that In that video, you got to see Blair and Miguel's boss, Lorenzo, assign them to the same assignment. So we will be seeing him working very closely with Blair. Miguel's traits are perfectionist, romantic, non-committal, loner, and he is a Libra. If I could describe Miguel in one word, it would be aloof. Miguel does not like to go out of his way to form new connections unless it is absolutely necessary, and by that I mean unless it's a part of his job assignment. He is very much to himself, and he also doesn't like to go the extra mile, so you will not find him doing a task that is not a part of the assignment he's been assigned to. This is not to say that he is lazy. He simply believes in working smarter, not harder, and that's where me and him are the same. And this handsome sim, whose highlight is pixelated on his nose bridge, is Reed Blackwell. Reed Blackwell is the personal assistant to the client that we will be working with. I promise y'all, this is my last time saying it, but in the last video, the client said that she will enjoy working with Blair, whether that be directly or indirectly, and this is what she meant by that. She has no intentions of showing up to the meetings herself, but she does want to send someone she truly trusts and that she works with every day to meet with Blair and Miguel, and Reed is that. He's not a main character, but I did share the traits of the previous Sims, so I'm going to do the same for him. His traits are romantic, self-assured, impassive, idealist, and Aquarius. Now that the introductions and the tour and the less important parts of this video are up and out of the way, we can finally get into the gameplay. Now while these two talk, I am gonna have Blair order herself a coffee because her boss has already made it clear that he wants Miguel to be the star of the show. Miguel is relatively new to the company. He's only been there for a few months. Lorenzo wants Miguel to prove himself. So I'm gonna have him initiate the conversation and make that good first impression. He thinks Reed is responsible. No, shut up. And he finds Miguel to be responsible. The purpose of this meeting is to simply get to know a little bit more about the client that Blair and Miguel will be working with. That way they can have an easier time finding an art piece that is specific to her. Oh, not right now, boo.
Hang up on you. Not in the mood.
And it looks like Reed is bringing up Blair because the client already has a good impression of Blair because she got a good word from Lorenzo. Obviously, there's only so much like realistic storytelling I could do with the Sims 4 interactions. I am gonna have Miguel ask Reed a couple questions. I can't have him ask questions about another Sim while speaking to another Sim, but I can pretend that he's asking questions about the client. I imagine he's talking about the price of the piece and he's telling them that price is not an issue. Oh, y'all, she about to die. She about to die. She about to die. I'm gonna quickly change her clothes. I don't really know what else they can talk about. Like, and he's supposed to be a chill guy. Like, this level of enthusiasm I was not expecting from him. What's crazy is there was not much gameplay that happened here, and I think it's mainly because I don't have the custom interactions to be like, talk about client and figure this out and figure that out. If there is a mod that'll make that possible for me, let me know, but for now, this is pretty much all I can do. I imagine that Reed has somewhere to be. He has a flight to catch because he does not live in Windenburg. I'm gonna have him shake their hand and tell them, oh, he can't do it with... He must not like Miguel. That's basically going to be a way of saying, it was nice to meet you. I like that he got the coffee over his head because it's like, they're in a cafe. I really don't know what else to... I'm going to have him skedaddle, and I'm going to have Blair sit here, and she's going to have a nice conversation with Miguel. And I know his name stayed Pablo. I just didn't change his name yet, but I promise you, it's Miguel. Just call him Miguel. He's gonna give him a compliment, say that he did good. Also gonna ask what he thinks about Reed. And he's like, he's a chill guy. Oh, I don't know what just happened, but I'm also gonna take that as the end of this meeting. Like, I don't know. I'm really trying my best, y'all, but this is my first Let's Play, so give me some grace. But she feels like she got a lot of good information from it. That's what I'm gonna take from this above. And she likes the music because I think they're playing singer-songwriter music on the radio. She thinks the place is well decorated. Deep connection, da, 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 and she's cramping. We gonna have to get my girl some pills. I'm gonna actually have her come upstairs and use the bathroom. It seems like the meeting was a success. She allowed Miguel his chance to shine, or gave Miguel his chance to shine. I really don't think that, like I said, we could have got anything more from it. So now the only thing to do is to start the search for the art piece that is best for the client. Now I'm gonna have Blair head home, and her house is literally right there. So my girl's just gonna walk outside. I did plan a house party event that will take place at her in-laws' house. It is a party that they throw every summer. Today is the perfect day to have this party because we are currently experiencing a heat wave. So yeah, I'll see you guys at Blair's home, where her and her partner will be getting ready for this annual summer pool party. So Blair has finally made it home, and by finally I mean it was a 3-second walk. I would like to give you guys a tour. It is a duplex that is owned by Eleanor, our next door neighbor. I would like to think that Eleanor's husband, along with some of his coworkers, built this place way back when and named it after her, and she is still living in it till this day, which is why her rent is a couple simoleons cheaper. Okay, y'all will get to meet her sometime soon. I feel like she's always lingering about. But yeah, let's get into the tour. I'm gonna try to stay in tab mode, but Lord knows. You come up the stairs, you're immediately met with the lobby. This is where Blair lives, and the door right across from that you cannot see is where Eleanor and her caregiver lives. Like I said, it's a duplex, so they are the only ones that live here. And then you come through this door and you do see the gym. I was torn between putting a gym here or a laundry unit because I do like putting laundry in my game because it does add that little bit of realism. But we have yoga mats, we have some weights, we have a stereo, we have whatever the hell this machine is, some treadmills, and a TV so you can watch TV while being on the treadmill. Very small, very quaint, very simple, just how I like it. And when you come out here and go to the right, you are immediately met with Blair's apartment, which I'm gonna get out of tab more for because I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, you come in, you look to the left, and the first thing you see is their little dining table. Blair and her boyfriend Skylar are the only two that live here. They do host game nights with her family sometimes, and sometimes her family does come over to have dinner, but they sit on the couch because that's the only other seating we have. Then over here in this corner or against this wall, we have a bookshelf, a stereo, and some empty picture frames that I cannot wait to put pictures in when creating more memories. Then we have the living room. Once again, very small, very quaint, but I love how cozy it feels, especially at night. I love shades of brown. That's something you're gonna learn within my builds. I love shades of brown. It's either shades of brown or green, and there's no in between. And then over here we have our even smaller kitchen, just a couple counters, the stove, a real nice stove, a real nice refrigerator. Not too much going on, just enough. And then when you go upstairs, which I don't know how to do, so oh, okay. This is how do you go upstairs, y'all? Okay, so when you go upstairs, you are met with their bedroom. This is by far my favorite bedroom I've ever created for any sim ever. It's very cute, very simple. I just love the colors that are used in this room, the different shades of black and whites and browns, and I just think it's so cute. But over here, you have a desk that is predominantly for Skylar. We have some canvases behind there because Blair does paint for her job because it is what's required. We have some luggages here because when they do get the chance, they will be traveling. We have our bed, we have some paintings, a chair, some vases. I don't know. It's very cute, very simple. One of my favorite details is this easel, and when you look at it from here, it's like even cuter because it's like, I don't know, it just gives Romeo and Juliet. I think that's what those are called, Juliet balconies. The only downside to that is she cannot actually use it with it being out there. I have to drag it out but it still makes for cute gameplay. And then last but not least, we have the bathroom, which is very cute. Everything's very cute. How many times did I say very cute? I don't remember. His and hers. I don't like too much detail in my game. I think I already said this. I don't like too many details in my builds. I prefer for things to be really simple. Too much clutter gives me anxiety. But I did add just a little bit of clutter. I have Skylar's side. So you have like his cologne, his shaving powder cream. I don't know nothing about that. And then you have Blair's side, and she has her comb. Very simple, very simple. Not too much going on. Not too much going on. Okay, y'all can come inside now, cause I did kick them out, cause I didn't really want them in the background of the door. This is Skylar Dottie. This is Blair's partner in crime, her boo thing, her lover, her best friend, all of the above. They have been together since university. It is actually where they met because they shared a business class together, and the rest was history. Skylar's traits are ambitious, foodie, lactose intolerant, jealous, and Aquarius. His career is a financial analyst. He studies market trends and guides investment decisions at his dad's business. He is 100% businessman, and this is where him and Blair differ. I'd say that she's generally more creative. Skylar is purely business. He works in his dad's office. He sits at a desk. He studies the stock market. Ain't no creativity in his career. His aspiration is also a little bit different from Blair. He aspires to be fabulously wealthy. Now, this is not to say that he just does not care about Blair at all. At the end of the day, they have been together for what I would say for 4 to 5 years now. He wants to be fabulously wealthy so that he can provide for her. That is the way he was brought up. Wealth in his family means everything. Being able to provide means everything. I guess you could say that this means that him and Blair have differing perspectives on what to prioritize in a relationship, but that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say too much. Now, Skylar did just get home from work, so obviously they're gonna appreciate each other a little bit, but after they get done with appreciating each other, I'm gonna have them start getting ready for this party. I'm gonna have Skylar use the bathroom first and foremost, and then I'm gonna have her come over here and change because right, why she said what? Blair seemed disappointed and let down after that lackluster unfit. Girl, okay, not too much. It's way too. It's episode 1. Why are you being messy? Ooh, she looks so cute. Look at her little straw hat. I'm talking about a pool party, and it's very much about to be 7 o'clock. Come on. This is Skylar. Just real basic. Not as sexy as Blair, obviously. He looked good, I guess. He looked good. Okay, now that they've changed, we're gonna get going and head to this pool party because it is truly long overdue. I'll see you guys there. Okay, we've made it to the Dottie's residence and we are already off to a messy start, honey. But before we get into that, let me be open and transparent here. This part of the video is being filmed a week after the last part of the video, the rest of the video, because my game has been working against me, y'all. I was initially not going to share this at all, but I do want to share it just in case there is someone out there that has also been experiencing this issue in their game. But basically, one day all of a sudden I was met with an infinite loading screen. Now this is something that I've dealt with in The Sims before. It is definitely not my first rodeo when it comes to being stuck on a screen for 10 minutes at a time, but ever since getting my new PC set up, it has not been an issue for me. It was mainly an issue when I had a PC that sounded like it was going to explode every time I sat in my bed and played it. So I was confused as to what was happening, and my first instinct was to go through my mods folder and see which mods I had recently downloaded. So after deep diving on some Reddit articles, some TikTok comments, and some Twitter threads, I finally came to the conclusion that it is simply a bug in the game. Many people have been dealing with this. They've been stuck on a loading screen when coming out of cast, when coming out of build mode. Anyways, after coming across this one conversation between a simmer and another simmer, they said that they were able to fix the issue by evicting their Sims out of their house and then moving them back in, and that is what did it for me. So yes, it took a week, but here we are, and I'm so thankful that my game is up and running again. And if I am ever met with that same issue, at least I know how to fix it. I am ready to introduce you to some of the new characters that have graced the screen and give you a tour of this lot. So without further ado, let's continue on with all of that. So this is a home of Aiden and Cassie, Skylar's parents. This is also a build that I've built myself. I hope I did a good job at showing the kind of people that Aiden and Cassie are through their home. In the front of their home, we have 3 cars. This one is a Kia, and it is for Skylar. The only reason that it is not in front of Skylar's home instead is because Skylar lives in downtown Windenburg. Downtown Windenburg has no space for parking. And then over here we have 2 other cars. This car belongs to Skylar's dad. This car belongs to his mom. And all of these cars are made by Lori Sims, as you can see. You come into the home and you're immediately met with a grand staircase. I feel like a grand staircase is a sign of money, okay? I mean, you have them some millions. So it was very necessary for me to make this staircase as big as it is. Then in front of the door you have plants on either side. Not too much going on in here. On this side you're met with the living room, a piano for entertainment, there's a television for entertainment, there's this beautiful fireplace. I love the gold accents throughout this space as well. Then you come into this space, and there's the kitchen. Stainless steel appliances, marble countertops, just very rich, just very expensive. Come into this space, and I think it's another foyer, formal dining area, more seating, bigger table. Once again, that marble, very rich, very expensive. There's also these, what do you call them? I can't English. I'm not gonna even try to figure it out, but I like that there's 3 of them. It makes the space feel more open with it being as small as it is. There's a nice rug and a door that leads to Skylar's father's office. Now for upstairs, when you come this way, you have the master bedroom. I came onto this lot twice. The first time was before my game started acting crazy. The second time was after I got my game to work. And Cassie and Aiden were hunching. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. I don't know why I felt the need to share that, but maybe it gives you a bit of insight into how freaked out they are. Here's the master bathroom. I like this bathroom. It's one of my favorite bathroom layouts I've ever done. I like how open the space feels, and I love that the closet is in the bathroom. On this side of the hallway, you have a little table with a nice little vase full of flowers, and Skylar's childhood bedroom. And then there's his bathroom. Now for the part of this home that made me really happy building. And keep in mind, y'all, I am not a builder. I would not label myself as such. All props to those that make this their one and only niche. The backyard with a nice home is a nice backyard. This little corner you have, but I imagine is the area, the gossiping area, where the neighbors come over, they spill their tea while drinking their tea. You come this way, excuse the idle sims. And there's a little grilling area, and then there's this pergola, I think that's what you call it, and you are met with the nice pool. And then you come over here and there's a tennis court. This is my first time ever creating something like this, so I feel like I can only go up from here. But now that the tour is over with, you already know what we're about to get into. Let's get to know these new characters. So, starting with the not so messy characters, we have Marciela Allard. This is Blair's mom. Blair's mom is her rock. She is her person to lean on. She's one of her favorite people to spend her days with. They're real close. Not to mention, she is her twin. I mean, she copy and pasted. Her traits are tender, active, yoga lover, nurturing, and a Gemini. I think Blair's love for yoga is something that she gets from her mom, although it's not one of Blair's traits. I imagine they go on yoga dates all the time. And Marciela is not at the yoga studio. She is an elementary school teacher. And I also love this for her. I feel like it matches her vibe well. So when I think of an elementary school teacher, I think of someone who's kind, sweet, gentle. So I believe that was the perfect career for Marciela. This is Blake Allard, Blair's dad. Blair is just as close to her mom as she is to her dad. I don't want to start this game of comparison, but I'd say that she looks up to him just a little bit more because he is an entrepreneur. But before we get into that, let's get into his traits. His traits are romantic, master baker, vegetarian, encouraging, and he is a Pisces. Blair is a Pisces as well, so I feel like they just get each other on an entirely different level. He does own a bakery. This is why I say that Blair looks up to him just a little bit more. She does dream of having her own business one day, her own gallery. If I had to use one word to describe her dynamic with the both of her parents, I'd say supportive. They support her in everything that she does, and that is why she has so much drive and passion when it comes to her career. It is because of them. They created a beautiful foundation with her, and she can't wait to do the same with her kids one day. But now that we got all that sappy stuff out the way, let's get into the more messy characters, because there's a lot to unpack there. For messy character numero uno, we have Aiden Dottie. Aiden Dottie's traits are ambitious, charming, romantic, family-oriented, and he is an Aries. His relationship with Blair is really great. He's always treated Blair as one of his own. As I've said before, his career is also a financial analyst. He does own a company. You will get to learn a little bit more about said company later on, but for now, that's all I'm gonna give you. Then we have Cassie. Cassie's a little bit more complex than Aiden. She's not as welcoming, she's not as kind, and she definitely does not have a great relationship with Blair. It's not bad. She is one of those moms that's like, my son deserves better, regardless of the history y'all share. And Blair does come from humble beginnings. I feel like Cassie holds her wealth very close to her chest. It's honestly probably one of the only reasons she has as many connections and friends as she does, because outside of that, she's just a shitty person. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Cassie's traits are nosy, snob, and Virgo. For her career, she is mainly a stay-at-home wife. Ever since Skylar left the house, there's really not much for her to do other than tend to the home, and as you can see, she put a lot of money into the home as well as her husband, so she likes to upkeep it. She likes to make sure everything's going according to plan. It's renovated as it needs to be. Cassie is a part of a committee that makes a lot of decisions for Windenburg, and I honestly feel like through this committee you see a different side of her. Like, yes, she does have power, she does have influence, and she may not always use it for good, but in this committee you also get to work closely with communities, you get to work closely with businesses, you get to work closely with families, and she does care a lot about Windenburg. So stank personality aside, she is a good person. She just got layers to her. You need to peel them back. She may be musty at first, but when you start peeling the layers of that onion, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's Cassie. And then there's Vanessa. Sweet, loving, gentle, beautiful Vanessa. I'd say that she's honestly the Princess Diana of this Let's Play. Vanessa's traits are well-balanced, friendly, comforting, nurturing, and she is a Taurus. Vanessa and Aiden met when he was freshly married. I think that he honestly showed her a different kind of love and care that Cassie just did not show him at the time. While drinking away his sorrows at a bar, Aiden came across Vanessa. They sat down, they had a genuine conversation, but not once did he specify that he was in a relationship, and I think that's an important thing to remember. One thing led to another, and there was some woohoo involved. Later on down the line, Vanessa did end up finding out that Aiden was married, and this obviously affected their relationship. In that same conversation, she revealed to him that she is pregnant, and that honestly put everything to an end. And Aiden just could not afford to add that kind of stress into his household, but he did take care of his child, even though it was from a distance. He sent his money, he visited when he could. He couldn't really do much more than that because of how complicated the situation was. Enough about that. It's now time for me to show you the baby that was made. This is Haley Ponce, and as you can see, she is very much Aiden's child. Her mama's genes did not put up a fight, okay? Haley's traits are active, sociable, adventurous, ambitious, and she is a Leo. I feel she's very much her father's child. Obviously, their relationship has been a roller coaster. I imagine that as a little girl, she may have had some form of resentment just because she did not get to see him as often as she would have liked. But through many years of making up for his past mistakes, they have created a beautiful bond. And I'd say that now she adores her father, and she does not hold anything he's done in the past against him. Her career is a video game streamer. I think this is really cool because she's still ambitious, but just in a different way. And I think it's really cool to see that there are bits of him in her. It is kind of hard to deny the fact that with Haley's presence, there is some hurt that will never disappear. And Skylar is kind of put in this awkward position of wanting to be a part of his sister's life while also wanting to tread lightly with his mom. But yeah, I think that's it for the character introductions. I just wanted to explain the lore a little bit so some of the tension that will be in this episode would make sense. But now that that's done and over with, we can finally get into the gameplay of this pool party. Aiden and Blair's dad enjoy a game of tennis, and these two enjoy a little bit of relaxing. I'm gonna have these four engage in conversation. Who's calling Skylar? We don't got time for that. Please. Gonna have her hug her dad and say hi. Body T. Hello. Get it from. Oh. That's his twin. And look, she is pissed. But it looks like Cassie does not really want to engage in conversation with her. In fact, she is still very much his. And I love that they're just bonding. Aww. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sims pisses me off so bad. We're gonna wake her up. The amount of times Blair has almost died from this heat is beyond me, but I'm gonna have her change her outfit. What if she jumps in the pool? Can I have her? I really don't want her to die. I would prefer if no one dies today. Does that not help? Oh my god. You know what? Just because I don't want no fires in today's game, I don't want no one to die in today's game, I may just have to put her in the pool with tennis shoes and jeans, because I don't know what else to do besides that. She's literally the only one dying. But anyways, it looks like Skylar and Blake finished their score, and it looks like Skylar won. He's also reading. Oh my god. I like that they're shaking hands. I do feel like Blair's dad is the type to hug, so I am gonna have him do that. Ooh, but he is pissed. Very much pissed. I'm just gonna have them talk. He's hungry. How's everyone doing? They're okay. Is she hungry? I think him and Blair are the only ones hungry. Speaking of hungry, I did have the chef make food. I don't know what he did with said food. Oh, okay. Here it is. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know how to pronounce it. So the food that he'll be serving today, other than the dessert, is made by Samnik and Senrika. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I think they're very well known in the Sims community. They create foods with beautiful textures. I love everything about it, and I just felt like their recipes were perfect for this summer party. So I'm gonna put this outside. When Blair gets out this pool and she's done dying, I think I'll have her get some of that as well. But over here, it looks like Aiden's trying to ease some of the... Oh, is he dancing? I know that's right. He's trying to ease some of the tension between them. Oh, she laughed at his joke. She still don't find nothing funny. You know what? She is stressed. They stressing her out. I'm gonna have her put some drinks on this platter. Oh my gosh, she's even shouting forbidden words.
Okay. Oh my god. I thought this was a classy party.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her put some drinks on this platter. I do want her to serve liquor. Berry wine. What gives summer? A Long Island tea. Yes, that's perfect. And the sun is going down. I knew the minute I was starting this party at 5 that there won't be much time for sun. Aww. I think she notices how uncomfortable Vanessa is, and I'm gonna have her talk to Vanessa. I mean, it's actually for Cassie, but it says shared sadness. Does she not know Vanessa? Maybe she doesn't. I'm gonna have her introduce herself. I guess it would make sense that she doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna have Haley stay in a child's place and stop trying to talk to a woman who can't stand her. Have her talk to her brother. And Blair knows her because I imagine Skylar has talked about her, and I'm gonna have her get to know her as well. I want her to talk to people who actually like her. And as far as you, I think he's coming to tell Cassie that the food's done. And Cassie's like, okay, you're dismissed. And he is, because there actually is no need for him anymore. I don't know if, can she tip him? I don't think she can. Okay, so just go. Put out the other food that was made. Right here, we have some baked fish with lemon, because I just feel like that's real bougie. And we have some pineapple upside down cake. Like, this one comes with Granny's cookbook, so the textures are a little bit off. I don't really know what kind of foods are good for a summer party, just because I do feel like black people do things a little differently. Like, you know for a fact that some ribs will be thrown on a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how they do it around these bougier parts, but her energy just stang. She stang. Oh, don't look at that. And she... Haley is attracted to Blair. Wait a minute. Let's read this. Attractiveness alert. Wow, what a sim. Haley Ponce just stopped what they were thinking about for a moment and found themselves staring at Blair Allard. That woman has so many of the qualities that make Haley's heart race, as if it were on a cross-country marathon. Their beautiful features meet Haley's desires so readily that it's almost as if whatever created such a sim sculpted her specifically for Haley. Now the only thing left is to pick up their jaw and work up the courage to speak to such an Aphrodite. Hopefully Blair will be kind enough to reciprocate. Girl, she is with your brother, and I didn't even know she swang that way. She likes women and men. Okay, a breathtaking encounter. Haley's eyes were caressed by a truly magnificent sight as a particularly appealing sim just entered her view. This fine specimen of a sim now has Haley's undivided attention as they try to pick their jaw from the floor. There are heart-pounding moments, but this one here is heart-stopping. Girl, go use the bathroom and stop with all that yippa yappa. The boss! First impressions are strong, nothing to do about it. This sim just isn't inspiring kinship in Marciella. Too full of yourself. This other Sims airs of being full of themselves and not getting them. Okay, considering she just met Vanessa, this is definitely about her. However, we're gonna say it's about Cassie. I just feel like, as you can see here, due to their low relationship, I would just say that Cassie is not Marciella's cup of tea. What is happening? This is too much. What is Skylar feeling like? Jealous pangs. It's not always reasonable, but sometimes those jealous feelings just come to surface. I think he knows that his sister is feeling Blair. He don't like that. He don't like that not one bit. But look how Blair, look how Blair is looking at him. Haley may be feeling Blair, but Blair is looking at Skylar like she is focused on no one in this world but him. Meanwhile, Haley, girl, I just don't like you. Nothing to do about it. Vanessa really doesn't vibe right now with that other sim. Interacting with them is a literal pain. Sad, but what is there to do about it? And she feels like she's a nosy nuisance. Nosy. Vanessa can feel the gaze of a nosy sim. Were the binoculars really necessary? I had the same question, girl. But since she a little bit tipsy and she got a little bit of liquor in her system, should we be messy? I'm gonna have her reminisce about wedding day, kind of rub it in her face like, I remember the day we got married, da, da, da. And then she's gonna give unwarranted advice. She's gonna be like, just some advice. I suggest you, girl, sure. You stop trying to go after a man that simply does not want you. I imagine that this is like a whispered conversation just because everyone is over here. Ooh, I want her to say something back, honestly. But white. Oh my god. She gonna bring up her child. Just want them to argue. Like, I want her to give Vanessa out of character. Because at the end of the day, Vanessa is from New York and she don't play that. She's like, you brought your daughter here knowing that she was made out of, what'd you call it? An affair. And she's like, why would you bring my child into this? Haley has nothing to do with this. She was a kid. And she's like, I had a kid too. And ooh, Lord, ooh, no-win scenario. Why can't they understand? No amount of logic and passion could move your face. I think she's trying to explain to Vanessa why it's inappropriate for her to be here. Ooh, Vanessa got a drink. Vanessa's actually pissed, and I want her to lean into that. Like, please, yes, be angry, girl. Be angry. Okay, she about to go get her a drink. I think she's remaining calm. But she's pissed. I do want everyone to have dinner. As far as the dinner, everyone got separated. I think a lot of people went in here. Oh, I love this. All three of them are just having a little like moment in here. But because these two are sitting here, I think I'm gonna whatever. I cannot, because she's a well-balanced sim. I cannot make her angry long term. Like, she gets happy again. But I'm gonna have her like start a little bit of small talk with her, and I think she's gonna tell her she admires the way she keeps a level head while Cassie attacks her. She's even gonna compliment her personality. She's like, you handled that very well. And I think they could be like good friends. She's like, I've been dealing with Cassie ever since Skylar and Blair were together. And I think you handled that very well. She's about to go inside and watch some TV. I think everyone's taking this party inside. What I did was I had Blair and Skylar pack some overnight bags. So this is Blair's, this is Skylar's. They will be staying here tonight just because they get, or I did want them to get a little bit of liquor in their system, so I imagine they won't be trying to go back home anytime soon. It seems like everyone had a good time. I know I didn't get to focus on every person individually. I was mainly focused on the drama, but I was just gonna say he didn't even get to have a personal conversation. Oh, she's getting to know him. It's cute. Actually, I watch TV, so these two could have a moment alone. He's like, you know, I tried my best to tame her, but she can't be tamed. Can we joke about old times and reminisce? Oh, I just think the relationship is not the same, and it's a little sad. I think Aiden is well aware that he can't talk to her too long without being in trouble with his wife. And I think she's just grown to accept that things will never be the same. But as the night is coming to a close, I would like to do a few things. For one, I would like to bring the food inside so we can put it in the refrigerator because we don't let no food go to waste around here. I think she's gonna hug Skylar goodbye. The night is over for them. It's about time they head back to the hotel. I think I want her to hug Blair as well. I think she, ooh, heat of the moment kiss is crazy. I think she enjoyed getting to know Blair, and she thought she was cool. So I would like them to hug each other goodbye as well. I love that. At least some relationships can. Oh, we're gonna ignore that because they already met. They already knew each other. I don't know what that glitch is about. It's unfortunate she didn't get to tell Aiden goodbye. But I also think Blair is going to go hug her mom. I love it. Aww. And he's gonna check in on her like, I'm sorry everything went how it went. And yes, it's raining inside because I'm not updating my game. Don't tell me nothing. Gossip about family drama. It's unfortunate that even after she's in the wrong, he has to reassure her. But I just think that's the kind of partner he is, especially after everything he's done in the past. Like, he's not gonna put someone else above his wife ever again. Aw. I'm gonna have them shower together and then they're gonna head to bed. Okay, you guys. They literally partied till the sun come up. So I think that this is a good place to stop this let's play. I'm sorry if it's all over the place. As I've said before, this is my first let's play, so it's really just a learning process for me. But I would love if some I can't English. If some suggestions can be left down below so that I can improve the gameplay and just make it easier and more enjoyable to watch. But overall, I had fun with today's gameplay, especially with the dinner party. I think that it was a nice way to just let go from the structure of today's episode. And I also think it was nice to see the family dynamics between everyone. That being said, in the next episode, we will get to see Blair thrive in her natural habitat, that is her career. We will also get to meet a few more of her co-workers. So yes, there are still some introductions to get out the way. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe for more. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.